here's everything Marvel just revealed about Phase 4. Hey, remember the movies? It's kind of like your living room, but bigger, louder, full of more strangers per capita, and hopefully with fewer gummy bears stuck underneath your chairs. Well, Marvel Studios certainly remembers, and that's exactly why they dropped a brand new trailer celebrating the joy of cinema, complete with a heartstring-pulling narration from Mr. Excelsior himself, the late great Stan Lee, taken from a 2017 video that he recorded for Marvel. Now, in addition to reminding us of the unbridled joy we felt while watching Avengers Endgame on opening night, Marvel also took the opportunity to tease their impressive slate of Phase 4 projects that are going to be rolling out over the next several years in a movie theater near you. From Black Widow to Black Panther 2, from Shang-Chi to Fantastic Four and beyond, the House of Ideas teased release dates, brand new titles, and even our first look at Eternals from Oscar-winning director Chloe Zhao. Now, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, don't worry, we've got you covered.
Boom, you looking for this?
Pause this video, click the link in the description below, and then come back here. I'll wait. Okay, I waited long enough. Let's get into it. You pressed the pause button. What are you complaining about? As expected, the first look at the future of Phase 4 movies begins with Black Widow, the cinematic ado for whom we've all been waiting for what feels like exactly 100 years at this point, considering how much it's been delayed. This brief snippet offers some explosive, action-packed sequences and glimpses at Natasha and her family, like Yelena Belova, Red Guardian, and Melina Vostokov. We also see Taskmaster and other Black Widows who are now seeing red that they've left the Red Room behind. Black Widow will come to theaters and premiere access on Disney Plus for an additional fee on July 9th, 2021. Next up is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which serves up even more kick-ass footage from that recent trailer. And if you want to know more about said footage, check out our deep dive breakdown into that trailer, which I will link to in the description below. In the meantime, though, just keep watching that awesome double kick shot on the bus on a loop until this film finally hits theaters on September 3rd, 2021. After that comes Eternals, which immediately is unmistakably a Chloe Zhao film if you've ever seen any of her previous work. The footage opens on Salma Hayek as Ajak, the leader of the Eternals, riding a horse. When you love something, you fight for it, she says in voiceover. We see a group of Eternals standing on a beach. Barry Keoghan as the manipulative Droog, Lauren Ridloff as the speedster Makari, Angelina Jolie as the warrior Thena, and Brian Tyree Henry as the group's resident inventor Phastos. They watch on as Gemma Chan Cersei, our ostensible lead, offers a hand to Leah McHugh as Sprite, a skilled illusionist who appears to be permanently 12 years old. And if they're basing this at all off of Neil Gaiman and John Romita Jr.'s Eternals run, then I would pay particularly close attention to Sprite. Not saying, just saying. Next, we see Kumail Nanjiani's Kingo taking a break from Bollywood superstardom to flank his fellow Eternal Sprite, Cersei Richard Madden as Icarus, the group's leader, and Thena alongside Ma Dong-seok as the towering beef castle Gilgamesh. They're standing in the woods in front of what either appears to be a cult or a commune of some sort, with people dressed in various white and blue uniforms in the background. Also, there's a dude holding a camera to Kingo's left, and while it's easy to chalk this up as a behind-the-scenes shot, given how we see Kingo later in the video, I feel like he just brings his personal camera crew everywhere he goes. You know, for his reality show, Hail to the Kingo, which is definitely canon and not something I just made up. It's real. In the next shot, Thena wields a golden sword in a fight against who I think is Gilgamesh, while what seems to be a forest fire blazes in the background. And after that, we see Makari zoom into frame to join Thena, Gilgamesh, Icarus, and Kingo in front of this ancient, massive blue and gold temple with what looks like a demolished wagon or chariot lying in ruins out front. So clearly this is set in the distant past, establishing just how long the Eternals have been among us. I mean, it's right there in the name, Eternals. Now, perhaps this is their base of operations or an ancient site of celestial worship. You know, kind of like that tomb of the space gods as teased by the cover of Eternals #1 way back in 1976. The Eternals footage ends with Cersei saying, "We're the ones who changed everything," and a shot of Kingo dramatically taking off his sunglasses in what appears to be an archaeological site of some sort in the desert. Meanwhile, a guy behind him records with an old-school camcorder. What exactly is he filming? We'll just have to wait until November 5th, 2021 to find out for certain. Then we get a series of title cards and release dates, including Spider-Man No Way Home, which will pit a pack of Peter Parkers against villains galore on December 17th, 2021, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which will continue to unravel the chaos of WandaVision on March 25th, 2022, Thor Love and Thunder, which has been leaking one set photo at a time, which will give us Jane Foster wielding Mjolnir, Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher, and of course Russell Crowe as Zeus for some reason on May 6th, 2022. Then we finally get a brand new title for Black Panther 2. This highly anticipated sequel, which will not recast Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa in the wake of the actor's tragic passing, is now titled Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and this movie drops on July 8th, 2022. Next up, Captain Marvel 2 also has a brand new title, The Marvels, and this title reflects the fact we're going to be getting a team up with Captain Marvel herself, Carol Danvers, and Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, as reflected by that stylized S in the title. Plus, there's also Monica Rambeau, who, in addition to being Captain Marvel before Carol was in the comics, has some newly minted superpowers courtesy of the Hex from WandaVision. The real question, though, is which of Monica's 14,000 alter egos from the comics will she go by in the MCU? Now, my money is on Photon to honor her late mother Maria, but we'll find out for certain on November 11th, 2022 when this movie comes out. After that, we've got confirmation that Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania will bring us Kang the Conqueror and Quantum Realm Chaos on February 17th, 2023. And following that is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which will dance its way into theaters with a sweet new awesome mix on May 5th, 2023. Last but not least, we get a teaser image for Fantastic Four, which we know will be directed by Spider-Man's John Watts, and that's basically all we know. Apart from that, we have no other details, like when's it coming out? Our best guess is fall 2023 based on these other release dates, but only time will tell. Now, conspicuously absent here is Blade. It's the only Phase 4 film project that seems to be missing, but maybe that's because they're still getting the creative team in place, or maybe it's even a Phase 5 project. But much like Ant-Man felt like an outlier as a final film in Phase 2, Blade will likely serve as the capstone of Phase 4, building off of the dark magic, fell sorcery, and the supernatural chaos of series like WandaVision and Moon Knight, as well as what's coming down the turnpike in films like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and Eternals, just to name a few. After all, we know the Darkhold is responsible for creating vampires in the comics, and now it's front and center in the MCU thanks to WandaVision, so it's just a matter of time until we see Mahershala Ali waxing poetic about the futility of people ice skating uphill.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
And there you have it, folks. That is everything Marvel Studios just revealed in their new Phase 4 teaser trailer, and we'll keep you up to date on all things MCU over on Nerdist.com. But in the meantime, folks, tell us, what did you think of this trailer? Which of these movies are you most excited to see, and why? And who would you cast as the Fantastic Four? Be honest. What? Let us know in the comments below, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, stay tuned to Nerdist.com.